A central Indiana neighborhood flooded even without any rain. The problems they're seeing tonight after a big water main break earlier today. Angela?
Anne-Marie, tomorrow a day to stay weather aware with high heat and humidity and the threat of severe weather. I'll have your forecast.
Suing Kia and Hyundai. Tonight, why the city of Indianapolis is joining a national lawsuit after a spike in stolen cars. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News.
Here's a look from above drone cam 13 as tonight workers are trying to fix a water main break after it flooded a 2-block area here of Indianapolis.
Yeah, all of this happening right now in the Martindale Brightwood neighborhood. Thanks for inviting us in. It's 5 o'clock. That water almost covered some of the cars parked on the street near 25th and Rural.
This was most certainly not how most of the people who live there expected they were going to start their Wednesday, but this is what they're dealt with. Rich Nye's been out in the neighborhood since 9:30 this morning.
And Rich joins us live tonight at 5 after talking with one man who's really thankful that somebody came to his rescue as the water closed in around him. Rich?
That's for sure, Scott. The water has receded here at 25th and Rural Streets. But earlier this morning, you can see from the debris here, the water came all the way up this hill, and the water in the intersection was waist high. Now, I got here about 9:30, and a boy approached me, probably about 12 years old, and asked me if I wanted to see a video of someone being rescued from a car in the middle of this intersection. I said, of course. But I didn't realize until later this afternoon that that boy was the hero.
Reverend George Shepard missed his doctor's appointment Thursday morning. When he turned onto 25th Street about 7 a.m., George says his car suddenly started floating down the street. George and his car wound up in the deepest part of a pond created by a water main break.
The water just picked my car up and brought it down. I had no control over it. It took me right to the middle of the intersection and it just floated.
That's George sticking his head out the window in the middle of the intersection at 25th and Rural Streets. The water was waist deep. Fortunately, help was nearby.
I was terrified, okay? Because when you don't have no control over a vehicle, it's terrifying, okay? But I was able to, like I said, with this young man here, don't be for him, I don't know what had happened. I really don't. But he saved my life.
I believe the boy's name is Aldo, the boy who sent me these videos after he left the scene without taking any credit for helping George.
He actually helped me out the automobile. I slipped and fell and almost drowned in the water. But through his grace, he helped me out. And I appreciate that.
Thank God.
I met George and his wife when they came back hours later to check on their half-submerged car.
I'm grateful that I'm alive. And that's material stuff. That's material. I'm just grateful that I'm okay, all right? And that's going to be replaced in time. But I'm just grateful that I'm able to continue this day.
Amen.
George's car was just towed away a few minutes ago. Cleanup here continues. When that water went away, this was a muddy mess. Inches of mud standing in the street here at 25th and Rural. The water is back on tonight here in this area. That water main break has been repaired just a couple of blocks north of here, and the water ran down 25th Street into this low area. By the way, George is 72 years old, Scott and Anne-Marie. And he just wanted to say thank you to Aldo. I tried to reconnect them this afternoon. We weren't successful, but I think they're neighbors. Hopefully they'll run into each other.